I think the band got together in '88. The original lineup was myself, Jason King, and Tom Walther. We were on the coattails of Metallica. Metallica had just nailed metal. And we were right on that curve, right with those guys, but on a local level.
Growing up in the hub, listening to a band like Void, they just set the bar for excellence. Bands like DRI and guys would come out and just freak because these guys are just setting the tone. The Franklin Hall in Yuba City, one of the sickest shows ever in this town.
It officially marked, okay, dude, we have to recognize these dudes are for real. We played the Thrash Awards, which was really cool, with Violence and Testament and Death Angel, Mordred.
And then the band gets back together, so what was that? Why did that happen?
I had all this creative energy and I had nowhere to go with it. I knew that we had a real opportunity if we could bring in someone like Jason.
And for me to get the call from Chris and say, hey, I want you to come jam with Void, I was stoked. I just got done playing in No Comply. We did a lot of Bay Area stuff like Void did back in the day, a lot around here. Chris let me have my own flavor in the band, didn't try to control me, knew where my weaknesses were and built on my strengths. And I think that's what Void's all about. Tell us about the drumming style of Matt Glaze.
From the very first day, he set the tone. It was like, okay, that's what was supposed to be written for this. You've never had that force on percussion. And it's really inspired, I think, everyone, but adding to the sound, it's just giving it this uppercut. It's like we had a good jab before. You know, we could get in the ring, we'd trade punches with people, but now we've got the knockout punch.
You know, I played in lots of bands growing up, and then when I was about, 18, I started playing with Martian Puppets, 19. I was in a band called See the Elephant, and it was just really fun, crazy, experimental,
Sick band.
Progressive thrash. And anyway, then you called me up, and I was like, oh yeah, this would be... So I came out and started jamming, dude, and it just, that thing happened. What's awesome about it is coming in with you guys that are all structured and like laying down a fresh perspective from the drums, and giving that like some extra punch and some extra energy. And so everybody's got this like really long and rich history of being a musician. We've all got a lot of studio experience, and what's cool about it is that we have that experience because we're going to be approaching it doing things that we've learned about in the studio before, and being able, when we do this recording, we're going to hit the studio and we're going to nail a really awesome collection of songs.
What this album and concept means to me is everything that's going on in America right now.
It's people losing their civil liberties.
The rights they're losing, the government that's taking advantage of them, the wars that are happening. It's about rising against that shit, though.
Now we have a message, and that's probably the most dangerous thing you could have added to this band, because it makes it lethal. It's one of the most devastating things now. It makes it a totally different story.